It wasn't only Luke Skywalker who saw the setting of two suns. So did our ancient ancestors. Welcome to Saturday Morning Seance. Let's ramble on and get weird. But first, a big thank you to Thomas Sheridan and Sarah Mondaini for including this location report on their show, Hocus Focus, episode 11. Their links are in the description. The journey to this location begins in a place where most journeys end, a churchyard. The 800-year-old Edward The Confessor church in Leek, which sits atop a mound which has been in use for an estimated 5,000 years, where Neolithic, Bronze Age, Celt and Viking evidence has been unearthed. But why the continuous use in the pre-Christian era? This site lies on the spine of Albion, known to lay hunters as the Belinus line, running from the south coast to the crest of Scotland. The other reason, in my opinion, for its veneration is the double sunset at the midsummer solstice. The churchyard overlooks the Cheshire plain, and from this point is sighted a promontory rising up from the plain known as Bosley Cloud. At the summer solstice, the sun appears to set twice. Although just an optical occultation of the sun's disk, our ancestors would have considered this highly significant, as we will see later. As we journey to this spot, some 6 miles distant, there are some amazing sights worthy of investigation. This site is the most magical place I think I have ever found myself. Surrounded by a grove of ancient yews, the waters of this well have curative properties to which I can attest. The well came to the attention of antiquarians in the 17th century after an estate worker, John Gorton, was cured of plague. The atmosphere and energy of this place is almost beyond description. On the route up to Bosley Cloud, we pass varied points of interest, such as Templar graves at St Luke's Church in Biddulph, a well where Cromwell is said to have watered his pony, and adjacent to that is a menhir, which has been vandalised by Christians. Extensively quarried in the 17th and 18th centuries, the summit of Bosley Cloud was at least 80 feet higher. A huge rock stack, known as Bully Thrumble, was quarried to build canal foundations nearby. On top of the cloud, there are remains of over 50 slab-sided pit dwellings, and it is said by the locals that these subterranean dwellings were home to the Redcaps, the good people. In other words, fairies. Does Redcap refer to the colour of their hair? Echoes of the Tuatha Dé Danann, perhaps? Celtic mythology is prevalent in the region and was the tribal land of the Gaelic-speaking Cornovii tribe. The River Dane flows at the foot of the cloud, named after Danu. Nearby Lud's Church, Lud being the Welsh name for Nuada, and lastly, the remains of a massive burial court cairn in the saddle of the cloud, called the Bridestones, after Brede or Bridget, daughter of the Dagda. The midsummer sun sets directly over the Bridestones from the viewing point in St Edward's Churchyard, Leek. A minute later the sun is seen again, exiting the side of the cloud to set once more. Clearly the Bridestones were sighted here because of this. Standing on top of the cloud, an Iron Age carving of a face is positioned looking to the Bridestones and the sunset. This view also overlooks Lindo Moss, where the Iron Age remains of bog bodies, Lindo Man and Lindo Woman, were unearthed. This position also gives a viewing point for the midwinter sunrise, which rises above what is locally known as the Shining Tor in the southeast. Again, reference to the Irish Celtic mythology, the Shining Ones. It is also known as the Great Mother. Below this face on the ridge of the cloud are ancient carvings of 2 concentric repeating arcs. Are they the remembrances of these 2 diametric solar events? Which leads us back to where we started the journey, Edward the Confessor Church in Leek, which has 2 diametrically opposed rose windows facing north and south, 2 representations of the sun. Coincidence? All these sites, and those featured in the Roches and Ramshire Rocks report, are within a 10-mile radius. Added to this, these locations are all in line of sight of each other. Here is a prehistoric landscape that is as diverse, mysterious and significant as any other throughout these isles. What's outside your door?